Hi Neil, hope you're well. Just talk us through how the mood in the camp is after the weekend and what you've sort of been doing in training to try and build that confidence that you say has been lacking.
Just by doing hard work, obviously the staff and myself when the post-match brief went through the game. Probably didn't create enough chances as we would have liked, but we need one of those early chances or a chance to go in. Just with the way things are at the minute. The atmosphere is good today. I think the players are looking forward to the game. We all want the same thing. We want success and we want the team, playing the sort of vibrant football that we know they can. But we aren't, unaware that results have to be better and certainly performances have to be better as well. So the players are aware of that. We want them to go out and express themselves a lot more than they probably have done in the domestic games. But you look at them in Milan, for the first 20, 25 minutes, they were breathtaking. So it's not as if they can't replicate that sort of performance over and over again. They've got it within them.
In terms of yourself personally, Neil, obviously we saw after that match a statement from the board saying that they again give you your full backing and maybe reviewed into the new year. Does that help you in that you've got that time and there's not that cloud of doubt, over your head about your position now?
Yeah, I think it sort of settles everyone down, settles the players down for sure. They're really happy about that, thankfully, from my point of view. And obviously the staff as well. So it's full steam ahead and, just try and get some consistency and wins now, going forward. We will, look to use the squad in some aspects tomorrow, freshen things up a little bit and keep players fresh for the weekend as well. So hopefully it'll be the start of a good week and a good run. We're not guaranteeing anything. We can't, but we can guarantee that the one thing, sorry, I've just contradicted myself saying we can't guarantee anything and guarantee one thing, is that we will endeavour to do everything we can to turn things around.
I got what you meant by that. Just in terms of off the field, Neil, we've seen the last couple of nights there's been posters and banners, whatnot, outside Celtic Park. Last night they seemed to take a more sinister turn. There was a shoot the board sign outside Celtic Park last night. Is it got to the point this is just way too far now, and it's now got to a point where it's dangerous rhetoric from some sections of the support?
Yeah, some sections of the support. Yeah, I mean it is dangerous rhetoric, and again I will say, we all want the same thing. Those fans want success. The majority of our fans want success, and the players and everyone here are wanting the same thing. So we don't want any divisions. I understand the frustrations. The players are feeling that as well. But, we don't like that sort of language or expression anywhere near the football stadium. It serves no purpose, really.
Are they doing more harm at this point in time? They know your position has been cleared up. Is your message now they should be getting behind the team rather than making us ask you questions about, these sorts of behaviour?
I mean, I can't speak on behalf of, the supporters, but it's a cultural thing at the minute. I think it's, a societal thing. It's a modern day thing. It's not what we want. It doesn't, serve any purpose. It certainly doesn't inspire anyone at the club to, achieve great things. We all want unity. We have got that certainly from the football side of things, and we just want the supporters to get behind and really support the team, especially when they need it. And that's what the Celtic fans do, and they have done for as long as I've been here and years before. Whenever things have got tough, they've gone the other way and got right behind the team. So that's what we're looking for at the minute.
Neil, as you try to
we saw some
find this consistency in the team as well, do you look at new approaches with the players and maybe new training methods, or is there a danger in that as well, in changing too much?
Yeah, you can't change too much. I think there's not a lot wrong. I think we're lacking a little bit of rub of the green at times, or little lack of cohesion sometimes. But to radically change everything and go, right, this isn't working, we need to rip it up and start again, that's not the correct way to do things. We believe in what we're doing. Our coaches, players, we have asked them, is there anything else you want to implement? They're happy with the way training is. The atmosphere today even, was vibrant. So we just have to find that sort of gap between the training performances, the motivation in the dressing room, which is high, and then stepping out onto the pitch where, yes, it's an empty stadium, but taking that sort of good feeling into the game and playing with confidence and penetration and forward thinking. Whereas at the minute we're playing a little bit safe, not taking too many risks. We need to take more risks with the ball, and they're well capable of doing that.
When you look at the squad, is there certain members over others that maybe need a little bit more help mentally as well as physically at the moment?
No, I'm not sure about that. I think there's a few of them maybe suffering a little bit, just because of the pressure that they're under. There's been no respite for them this season at all. Just because of what they've achieved in the past has brought this to this moment in their careers where they're going for something that's never been done before. And maybe sometimes that can override what they're actually trying to do on a daily basis, i.e. train, improve performances. So we try and take that pressure away from them as much as we can. And just to ease their minds and relax them before they go out there. I don't want to make too big an issue of it because we're dominating the games in terms of possession, in terms of chances. We will sort of get a full all-round performance, hopefully sooner rather than later, and then that consistency should kick in like almost muscle memory.
Finally, for me, you've spoken about just there about the magnitudes of this season and what the players could achieve. There has been some accusation from some supporters that the players don't care about 10 in a row. They don't understand what it fully means. But from what you're saying, that's absolutely not the case.
No, it's not the case at all, and it's certainly not true. And they're certainly feeling it, and they're certainly disappointed. So for anyone to accuse of, any of our players for not understanding or not caring is way, way off the mark.
Neil, just in terms of the statement the board released, obviously they've said they'll review the situation in January, but from your point of view, can you yet start looking ahead to January in terms of signings? And if so, what sort of changes do you think need to be made in the squad when the transfer window opens?
I don't know about changes, but we certainly need to add to the squad in a couple of areas. And, that's what we want to do. We want to identify those positions and try and get players in.
How well placed are you to make those additions at this stage?
It's a bit early yet, and obviously, January is a difficult month to do business, but we will endeavour to do that. And it could go right to the end of the month, as it always does in these transfer windows. But yeah, we are looking to add to the squad.
There's obviously a number of players that are contracts sort of entering the last sort of 18 months. Does that sort of, come into things in terms of, if guys are, perhaps, they've got values that you want to maximise if they're going to be leaving the club? Does that guys like Odsonne Edouard or Christopher Ayer, I mean, is that a scenario that you need to take into consideration?
No, look, we're not looking to sell anybody, and we're not encouraging any offers for any of our players. There will be speculation, I'm sure there will be interest, but we've got a job to do here, and the players want to stay and try and fulfil it.
Is that maybe an admission? Sorry to interrupt there, Neil. Just on that, you want to add players. Is that maybe an admission that the January the summer transfer window didn't develop as well as you would have liked to have done, considered from where you are now?
Sorry, I missed that, Ronnie.
Sorry, just in terms of you're saying you want to add more players, considering the money you spent in the summer, is that maybe an admission that it wasn't, looking at the players you brought in, it wasn't what you thought it would be in terms of the summer recruits?
No, I think that's not the case. I think we've had a couple of long-term injuries to players that, in specific positions, i.e. Jamesy, Mikey Johnson. So, you're looking at maybe wide players to maybe augment what we already have. So we're only talking, whether it be a permanent or a loan to the end of the season, just looking to bolster that sort of area.
Neil, it's Keith here. Apologies if you've asked this already and I've missed it over the last week or so, but how difficult is it to concentrate on the football and matters on the park with everything going on off the park at the moment?
In terms of
what was seen from the protests from the fans?
Like, I've spoken about it. I get the frustration because we've set, a really high bar over the last decade. You know, we're not sort of reaching that expectation level as of yet. It's not a normal season because we have, you know, no supporters in the stadium. Players have found that strange and just not normal. Their lives away from the training ground isn't normal either. We know results aren't and performances haven't been good enough of late, and we know that we are capable of turning it around. We understand the sense of frustration from some quarters of the support, but you know we don't always agree with that. We do believe that the players are doing all they can, and they will get better. It's not like a switch; you can switch it on and off. It takes hard work, it takes time, it takes patience, and sometimes the modern day fan doesn't have that or let you have that.
You've spoke very honestly, Neil, over the past week, and you certainly have done so in the past as well. Does there come a time where you think, is all this worth it? Like all the noise in the background and everything that you and I suppose the team as well are having to put up with?
That's what it is, though, Keith. It is noise, and it's been, you know, certainly I felt it more apparent, you know, particularly coming in the second time. It's the expectation level of a big club, and you know we have won 11 domestic trophies in a row. We got a chance to win 12. We've won 9 league titles in a row. It's just amazing achievement. We don't want it to end. You know, we want to fight all the way to try and achieve the 10. But things haven't been maybe as plain sailing as people expected it to be or that we would have wanted. So we're digging in. We've got to find a cohesion and a quality of performance that we know we're capable of going forward. And then hopefully we can start putting a bit of pressure on the other teams around us then.
And you feel that sorry, Keith. I was going to say, do you feel that the statement that was put out by the club on Monday, does that maybe give you sort of a little bit of breathing space? Does it give people a little bit to try and work on what you want to work to try and turn things around?
Yeah, I don't think that, for me, like there's not a lot of work that needs to be done really. You know, just that little bit of confidence, that little bit of, you know, a little bit more forward thinking, a little bit more freer in expression. They're just feeling a little bit anxious at times on the pitch. I get that. I've been there as a player myself, but they can play through it. And that's the one thing they have to do, train and play through it. So like I said, today was vibrant. You know, we hoping we'll go out and put in a good performance tomorrow against Lille, and then we take it from there. We're looking forward to the month. Some big games for us to look forward to. We're looking forward to putting a run together, and then looking forward to, you know, a fresh start in the new year as well.
Neil, you mentioned there the noise that Keith referred to, the kind of noises off stage, something, the pressure you're used to with your long association with the club. Maybe some of the players at Celtic aren't used to that. Is that having a harmful effect on them? And what can you do to shield them from it?
Well, try and, you know, maybe take them offline, you know, if you want to call it that, you know, trying to, you know, stay away from those sort of social media platforms where they can be very divisive, they can be harmful, they can also be beneficial at times in some ways for the players. But you know, the culture of the modern day player is that they're engaged in these social media platforms. It's something that, you know, myself I try to stay away from, but it's very much a cultural thing, and it can hurt, you know. And we try and advise them to just ignore it for however length of time it will be for things to sort of calm down and just for them to be happier in their own skin and happier in the way they play and happier in their own life.
I know on Sunday, Neil, you said you'd previously tried everything. Have you gone back and looked over how things have panned out and maybe tried to find fresh approaches, whether it be tactically or in personnel terms for the next few games coming up?
No, look, I've got belief in the players. You know, I've been here, you know, almost 2 years, and it's been absolutely fantastic. I have no doubt that the ability's there. It's just sometimes when, you know, you lose a little bit of confidence that your performance levels drop or the team levels drop. I've no question, I've no doubt they will put a run together. But we got to put those words into actions and work hard, you know, every day. I think they're working too hard in terms of they're trying too hard to make things happen, whereas it's just not that natural flow at the minute, and they just need to find their natural flow again. And that's a difficult thing to do when you're going through a phase like this. I mean, there's so much scrutiny that you're under, but they can come through it. They've definitely got the strength of character and personality to do that.
Neil,
Yeah,
can I just come in? Sorry, can I just ask one more, Neil? It's totally off topic. Just the events in Paris last night between PSG and Istanbul, Başakşehir, when the players walked off. We're just asking all the managers today of clubs in Europe, would you do the same if similar happened to one of your staff or one of your players?
Well, certainly if it upset, one of my players, one of my staff, the way it upset the Istanbul players last night, then absolutely. There's just no room for it at all. And we have to be, particularly the officials and ourselves as managers, aware of a duty of care to the players as individuals, and also an awareness of, what can be a very sensitive situation at times.
What do you make of Lille? 2-2 draw last time. You were winning, could have won the match. Well, what do you expect from them tomorrow? And also, just you said that you will use the squad a bit more. Are there any specific players we might see? Any players that are carrying knocks from the weekend?
Yeah, Beaton's carrying a knock. El Hamed, Olivier Ncham. So they're all major doubts for tomorrow. We're looking at maybe the likes of Klamala, Turnbull, Sorrow getting, game time, which, they deserve and they probably need as well with the run of games we've got coming up. So it's ideal to, give them an opportunity to play. I think they'll be, as they always are, narrow in their shape, with the 4-4-2. I thought we played really well, for a good 60, 70 minutes. Disappointed we lost a goal from the set play and the timing of it. But then, our shape will probably be very similar to what it was in Lille.
Hi, Neil. On the 27th of October, you said that if things start to deteriorate rapidly, you'll hold your hands up and say this isn't working. Can you, hand on heart, say that things haven't deteriorated at this point with 2 wins in 12 games? And what can you do that you haven't already done this run of results to make sure that doesn't come 2 in 13 tomorrow night?
That's a good question. Like as of tomorrow night, we're going to use the squad. I look at the aspects of our play. So Milan, for example, for a long period in the game, we were very, very good. We just let ourselves down individual defensive lapses. I think it's confidence more than anything else with the players. Looking at the game again at the weekend, there's a little bit of anxiety there in their play in the final third. Once they get a feel for the game and start flowing, I think we will be absolutely fine and we can start reining things back in. But it's not been a quick fix, but I just think they have to work themselves and we have to work ourselves through it, and come up with solutions, particularly in the final third. We moved so much of the ball. I didn't think we crossed the ball quickly enough or early enough or enough in the first half against St Johnstone at the weekend. So it's something that we need to improve on, and obviously take our chances when they come. We have good chances. Odson, Rogic with a header. And just when you're going through a run like that, it may take a set play, it may take a deflection, it may take an own goal even, just to get our noses in front and sort of settle everyone down.